Hallihallo, ich bin Scaller und wir spielen weiter Baldur's Gate 3. Wir haben uns heute hier versammelt, um einfach nochmal mit unseren ganzen Weggefährten zu sprechen, mit denen wir die letzten knapp 90 Stunden verbracht haben. Teilweise nicht ganz so viel, aber ja, absolut. Oh, der Eulenbär ist auch da. Na du Kleiner? Streicheln wir dich erstmal. Schickes Outfit. Druidenklasse war schon cool. Die hat schon Spaß gemacht. Schön, dich zu sehen. Was hast du dich herumgetrieben, seit wir es uns zuletzt gesehen haben?
He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you.
Ruh dich aus, du hast es dir verdient. Kein Kämpfen, kein Beißen, sonst schmeiß ich dich raus. Ruh dich aus. Bolo. Altes Haus.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed.
Danke,
Our
ebenso.
little friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Seid ihr auf der Suche nach Material für eure neueste Enthüllungen?
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
Großartig.
I knew you would. Perhaps once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword. Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Schattenherz. Geht's euch und eurer Familie? Was soll das denn jetzt sein? Ich habe die Tage gezählt.
So have I. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever.
Die haben sich tatsächlich vermisst.
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
Nett? Eigentlich vermisse ich das. Nennt ihr mich dick? Ich nehme das als Kompliment. Gut seht ihr aus.
I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly.
Das beruht auf
I have
Gegenseitigkeit.
no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
Was habt ihr so getrieben?
I found a little cottage. Abandoned, half ruined. There's a lot of such places to be found thanks to the Absolute's armies. I've been making it my own.
Klingt wunderbar.
It's harder work than I'd expected, actually. I'll never take vegetables for granted after all the effort it's taken to grow a few, but still, it's mine. Well, mine and the lodger's. 4 dogs, 8 cats, 9 chickens, 6 pigeons, 4 sheep, a milk cow named Daphne, a squirrel who's far too clever for her own good, and a wolf cub I found orphaned in some woods.
Ganz schön viele Tiere. Eure Hände müssen ja wund sein von den ganzen
I've
Streicheleien.
had to do far worse things with my hands. Trust me. This is no burden at all. I don't think I've ever slept more soundly than I have with my menagerie of beasts for company.
Wie geht's euren Eltern?
Healing. Learning to live again. It's hard to think of all that was robbed from them, but they're intent on making every day count for double. My mother's mind still drifts every now and again, but she has more good days than not so good days. She taught me her recipe for apple and plum pie, and when I tasted it, I actually remembered it from when I was a little girl.
So soll es sein.
Some things can't be taken from you, it seems. Father's making himself useful, helping me fix up the cottage and caring for the animals. You should see the amount I have now. He's been waiting years for this. Now he can't stop smiling. Sorry, I'm rambling. Family life and pastry recipes probably aren't the most
Ich
interesting.
bin froh, dass ihr
of them
glücklich
all.
seid.
And no small bit surprised, also. Part of me is afraid I'll wake up from the dream and find myself back in the wilds, or worse, at the cloister. But no, it's real.
Ich muss euch fragen, was ich seit wohl getrieben
Must
habe.
I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
Sagen, dass du ein ruhiges Leben gelebt hast und sehr froh darüber bist.
As am I. It's well deserved, and I dare anyone to argue otherwise. Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
Mhm. Wir bleiben in
I'm
Verbindung.
sure we will, but let's be... After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Oh, before you go, how does a red... They don't... Sorry. My father's got years of terrible jokes stocked up that he never got to tell me when I was younger, but lucky for him, I never heard them. And seemingly I am easily amused.
Schade, dass ich zu Lagerfeuerzeiten keine Scherze gemacht habe. Das war das Schlechtes. Ihr seid und bleibt doch die Herren des
As if you'd
Schmerzens.
have me any other way. Go on, you've got mingling to do. I'll...
Kratzer? Na, Kleiner?
There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it?
Ich bin so froh, dass Lazarus daran gedacht hat, meine Lieblingsgefährtin einzuladen.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement. He seems excited in a way you recognize. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Bei allen Höllen, wo hast du das denn gefunden, Jungchen?
He whines. Less talk, more throw.
Komm her, Jungchen. Oh. Da war niemand mehr. Ah, komm, Will.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Tatsächlich noch ein Wurf hier. Ja.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Ich rieche Blumenduft oder müsste es
Forest trees
untertun?
draped in moss, bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlak and I have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlak can fill you in.
Ich habe das Reisen mit euch vermisst.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Seid ihr ohne eure Hexenmeisterkräfte
I think
zurückgekommen?
the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Hattet ihr Gelegenheit, euren Vater zu besuchen?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tempo needed. Bane's chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last Fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson.
Und zwar?
Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. Well,
Nicht schlecht.
that's enough hell talk for the moment. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Gehaira.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Natürlich. Ich habe viel gelernt, seit wir uns das
Glad the
letzte Mal
months
gesehen
have
haben.
not been wasted. Particularly as I spent them cleaning up the mess we made of the city. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
Es ist ein Drecksloch, aber es ist unser Dreckloch. Ich würde es nicht anders haben wollen.
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son George has been moved to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporary, though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Alles gut und schön, aber was ist mit euch? Ich will wissen, was ihr getrieben habt.
Honestly, much more sitting down than I'd like. Mistake me not. There is still much to be done. Plans to make, maps to be frowned over. But my children are more than capable of doing it. Even the young ones tire of me peeking over their shoulders. This night offers them a brief respite from me, at least. In this place, now I look at it, it is where you all spent your first night together, no? A fine spot for an adventure to begin. A fine spot indeed.
Habt ihr ein Abenteuer im Sinn?
Just a little wonder. I'll find my way back, as I always do. But that is the thing about home. The only way to see it clearly is to leave and look back. For a little while, at least. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Dieser Lagerplatz hier ist meine Heimat, egal wie weit ich fort
I
bin.
must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Karlach.
Here, store some in your cheeks.
Na gut, dann erstmal mit Minsk.
We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
Auch schön euch zu sehen, Minsk.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Deswegen wart ihr jetzt schon wieder eingesperrt.
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the street. Zentarum rule the city's underbelly. So Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were hushed. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Klingt, als hätte Lazarus euch gerade noch rechtzeitig rausgeholt.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Ich lebe einfach mein Leben. Jetzt, da ich jemanden gefunden habe, mit dem ich es teilen kann.
Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life without a companion? Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see...
So. Dann fehlt uns jetzt tatsächlich nur noch Karlach und Asterion.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Oh shit. Oh my god! He wasn't kidding. With this, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier! It's really you!
Yeah.
I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you! And you're so clean!
Wie steht es denn so in Awareness?
War's a dirty business, soldier. It's been exactly how you'd think. But having Will around has been incredible. Fucker's even better at killing devils than yours truly. We don't have much time to chat, but just knowing he's there makes all the difference. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Ernest. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier.
Wie schön, dass ihr vielleicht euer Herz reparieren könnt. Ihr seid gewiss sehr froh.
Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched.
But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Logisch. Sonst muss ich ja aufspielen.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, to get... This won't be the last time. I promise.
Ja, Gale haben wir auch noch. So.
Well, look, my first and oldest friend. The last 6 months have been kind to you.
Wir haben ähnliche Klamotten an. Das ist meiner besseren Hälfte zu verdanken.
A blessing, no less. But I am glad to see you're living life to the fullest. We deserve nothing less, you and I.
Und was habt ihr so gemacht?
Cazador's mansion has become my palace and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now.
Und wie läuft's so?
Rather wonderfully, actually. They're the kind of friends that would see me burn the first chance they get. But that's all in the nature of the game, isn't it? But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Fine. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there. Ready.
Darauf würde ich trinken.
Perhaps the next time we meet. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it, but we have great new lives stretching out before us. And great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me.
Natürlich nicht.
Until next time.
Dann haben wir hier noch dieses kleine Viech.
Well, they can't all be winners.
Und dann gehen wir noch zu Gay.
Oh, hello, darling. I wasn't sure you'd make it.
Ich bin überrascht, euch zu sehen, Tara.
Are you? Withers and I have a regular correspondence. He's joined me and Mrs. Dakari. Of course, we'd love to see yourself and Gail more often, but you keep him so very busy, and we hate to impose.
Das hatten wir doch schon. Ich will Teil eures Lebens mit Gale sein. Ich will ihn euch nicht wegnehmen.
I know that, but I intensely dislike sharing.
Ein gemeinsames Leben schließt euch
Yes,
ein.
I am. And you're a dear for putting up with this cranky old Tressym. I may show my Gale, on the other hand. The way he leaves his potions in absolute disarray. We must begin our campaign to set him on the straight and narrow when we return home. Now, enjoy your party. You've quite earned it, if the balladeers are to be believed.
Gale?
You're quite certain I can't remember when I last wore something other than my teaching robes. Feels a little odd to find myself in something so
Ist genauso wundervoll wie am
unsinged.
Tag unserer Hochzeit aus.
That's a relief. I wasn't sure if I'd made too much of an effort.
If only you'd applied those efforts to that thing on your chin.
The day I shave this beard, Tara, I won't keep you to myself for too long. But while I have you, I want to say thank you for encouraging me to attend this evening.
Natürlich.
Teaching at Blackstaff Academy has proven such an unexpected pleasure. Just one of the myriad unexpected. Even my own city feels new to me. Now that I share it with you.
Ich fühle mich in Städten selten zu Hause, aber die Wildnis außerhalb der Stadt ist wundervoll. So wundervoll, wie zu euch nach Hause zu kommen.
I'm just glad you're happy there. When we met, our lives were rather different, and being here this evening, when Mistra quelled the orb at last, she did more than rid me of its threat. She created room for hope, where once I only felt despair. Standing here, now, I no longer see the people we were. I've missed them. I've missed this.
Ich auch. Manchmal wünschte ich, unser Abenteuer hätte nie
I wouldn't
geändert.
go quite that far. Living without the threat of imminent ceramorphosis, as I told you long ago, it is to be avoided. God knows we suffered for our salvation. We did something incredible. And wherever now, much as I could spend an eternity in your company, tempting as it is to keep you all to myself, would be terrible company if we didn't mingle for at least part of the evening.
Das muss wenigstens sein. Ja. Da, sie schaut schon.
I love you. Now go on, before I change my mind.
So. Na dann. Lazarus.
This one night is like any other. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate. Until such time it requires saving again.
Ich habe alles erreicht, was ich erreichen wollte.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Ich habe mich wohl mit allen ausgetauscht. Was kommt als
What
nächstes?
indeed? Prick up. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Auf die besten Freunde, die ich mir hätte erträumen können.
To you.
Ja, ich würde sagen, wir haben es zu einem guten Ende gebracht.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Wir haben echt 3 Götter aus der Welt aus der Welt entfernt. Gut. Passt sogar recht gut vom zeitlichen her. Dann sage ich mal, war wieder mal ein super Projekt mit euch zusammen. Es hat Spaß gemacht. Mega gutes Spiel. Spielt, wenn ihr die Zeit, die 80 bis 100 Stunden, 120 Stunden, je nachdem, wenn ihr die Zeit habt, wer hat die nicht, dann spielt es. Mega gutes Spiel. Bin gespannt, ob ich irgendwann mal noch Baldur's Gate 1 nachhole, aber jetzt erstmal Ruhe, jetzt erstmal eine Pause von solchen Riesenprojekten. Jetzt schauen, dass ich vielleicht das eine oder andere etwas kürzere hinkriege. Aber wir sehen uns auf jeden Fall bald wieder. Schön, dass ihr dabei wart. Euer Agent. Ciao.